I pause in the dining area, look around the way I did when I first came here, just over 20 years ago. The anticipation I felt then has been replaced by a sense of gratitude. I felt at home the instant I walked through the doors and decided there and then to lease the space. It needed very little work in the way of repairs and refurbishment, as the steakhouse that was here previously never really took off and closed down after a short time. Admittedly, I bought a better stove, painted the walls in warmer tones, hung some nice pictures, and installed new lighting. But that was it. And we opened only a month after I had signed a 6-year lease with Frissi. We have renewed it 3 times to date. And all I can say about Frissi is that he has been a reasonable and good landlord. In the wake of the financial collapse, he lowered the rent without me even asking. He called me up one Monday morning and said in his hoarse voice, "There's no need for you to go bankrupt. Just pay me half until things improve. In exchange, Bocca and I can eat with you for free when she can't be bothered to cook." Frissi is also on my to-do list, since I intend to settle up with him as with everybody else, preferably by paying him the 14 months left on the lease. This is no ordinary echo, any more than the silence brooding over the city. Even standing still, I have the impression I can hear it. But then I pull myself together and clear my throat more forcefully than necessary, because I prefer to hear a new echo, rather than the one resounding only in my head. Last night, Baltasar stood up in the middle of dinner and announced his desire to say a few words. I would have liked it better if he hadn't, but I guess he felt he needed to. Back when I hired him nearly 14 years ago, he was a young man of 20 or so, but now he is married with 2 children. He started as a sous chef, but quickly showed talent and has been running the kitchen for almost 10 years. He had handwritten the menu and presented me with it after he finished his speech. "The Last Supper," he declared, although he hadn't written that on the sheet of paper. "The Last Supper, Kristofer." There were 8 of us at the round table over by the window. The entire staff, except for Gunnar and Fjola, who are in quarantine. Baltasar was probably the only sober one among us. I had opened a few bottles of wine I had stored away, some for as long as 20 or 30 years, for we all needed some cheering up. Baltasar isn't in the habit of expressing his feelings the way he did that evening, but emotions are running high these days. I did my best to lighten things up, recounting some amusing stories from the past, and I think everybody managed to forget the present, for a while at least. Today I'm going to pay wages and settle bills. Tomorrow I will tidy up. Later in the week I plan to give the place a final scrub. I have already worked out that I can afford to pay the staff until at least the end of September, possibly longer. But today, after I take a closer look at the accounts and the various outstanding bills, I will have a better sense of where I stand. I would like to pay Baltasar and Steinun until the end of the year. They have worked here the longest and genuinely deserve it. I make myself coffee, turn on the computer, and go over my to-do list. Before making a start, I take a look at the latest news online, most of which is about the progress of the epidemic, both here and abroad. But then I decide to quickly check my Facebook page. I find a couple of jokes that actually make me laugh, and a few messages I reply to, although none urgent. Mostly people responding to our announcement that we're closing. Affectionate notes of appreciation. Just as I'm about to close the page and turn my attention to the things on my list, I notice a friend request. I receive a lot of friend requests from people I don't know, or who perhaps don't even exist. But as always, I open it anyway, and then the name leaps out at me. The decades seem to melt away, and I am standing again in gentle rain outside the locked door. The morning I discovered